Hey boys, what's going on? So I'm back with another details video. So again, I'll preface this by saying there's no like major info. It's not like a release date or anything like that. But with Keith on the forums, it's been a while. It's been a while since he gave us some new details, but a few things he's answered questions on has been pretty interesting. So I picked out the main points and I'll just go over them. There's not as many as last video I did, but a few interesting things. So first off, someone asked about the screenshot with Will Hopewadi and Boyd, where Hopewadi looks like he's batting the ball back, and they pretty much ask, is that a feature? And Keith replied, when jumping for the ball, you have three options: a safe catch, a bat back, and a contested catch. Each functions differently, and he said the one in the screenshot is in fact a bat back. So as you see, I didn't pick up on this, but people mentioned it, and obviously, as you see, Will Hopewadi, he's got like his hand in a weird spot, but obviously he's looking to bat the ball back. And this is pretty interesting. So you gotta keep in mind, he says when jumping for the ball. So safe catch. I guess we can assume that's just gonna be the classic chest mark, jumping up, rugby league style, just chest on the chest. Bat back, obviously what we see with Will Hopewadi going up for it, looking to bat the ball back, and a contested catch. We can assume that's going to be like the AFL classic over the head mark. So go back to Rugby League Live 2, and you had these you didn't have these three specific things, but there was a bat back option in that game, but not the bombs per se, but the general contesting of a bomb was awful in that game. I couldn't stand it. You know, when one player was in front, he would just catch it and score. And I could never really get a bat back going, so I hope the contesting of an actual bomb in this game is a lot better. But we'll be interested to see. I do like the fact that there's safe catches and contested catches. I hope there's like penalties for going for like a overhead mark, whereas just doing a safe catch, you'll probably always catch it, but there's a chance that the opposition will get over the top of you. So it'll be interesting to see. What else do we have? So someone asked about interchanging. Right? Yeah, pretty much asking about interchanging, and he said that there is actually an automatic interchange option and a manual one. So we can assume that the manual option, and I think he actually said this, was where you obviously go into the menu and you do your interchanges like that, like the old classic Rugby League Live 2 and pretty much every other game. Then the automatic interchange is a bit different though. So what could that mean? I'm hoping it's like before a game you can set like what forwards come off at certain times or certain fatigue values and what plays go on. And I'm guessing that's how it will work, which is awesome, top notch. So yeah, that's a really good feature. I'm really happy that that's in the game. But the next one, someone asked about, it's annoying in the last game where you have to wait for stop and play for a play to make an interchange. And he pretty much confirmed that that's not going to change. He said, you have to wait for a stop and play because he reckons it'd be too difficult to make players run off during actual gameplay, which I totally understand. I feel like that would be a very difficult task to achieve. I don't know how they would do it, so, hopefully. The only thing with this, it's not that bad, but the main problem I found with it in the last game was if there was an injury. If you had an injury for a player, you had to wait for the play to stop, so your player could be out there getting injured, and then he'd suffer a severe injury. So hopefully it's changing this where, let's say a player gets injured, you have the option to switch him off straight away. And if you make an interchange, it'll pretty much stop the play. So there'll be like a little animation where the play stops because the player is injured. Again, I don't know how it's going to work, because what if he gets injured, like just someone making a break or something? So it's difficult, but hopefully there's some sort of solution to it. But that's pretty much on interchanges, with some pretty good info, some, whatever stuff. Then there was an interesting question about here it is though. Question exactly is, Keith, when a player goes in for a try in the corner is getting tackled at the same time, does the corner post fall over or move? And Keith responded, yes it does. I've also hit it with the ball before, so that's good. It's just another one of those finer details that's going to make the game just that much better. You know, hopefully there's some good animations for scoring in the corner like you see in real life. Diving for the try line, just getting your legs out of play. Like, I don't know how in-depth it's going to be, but knocking the corner post over, that's awesome, man. And also the fact that the ball can hit the corner post, just add that realism. And then here's another one. So you can kick the ball into the corner post finally. What about the goal post before you could just run through them or get tackled through them? Okay, sorry about the wording there. Some people don't know how to write on the forums, but that's okay. Then he responded, the goal post is very, very solid. I've scored tries after the ball bounced off the post into my hands. So that's interesting. Again, like Rugby Live 2, you just pretty much ran straight into the goalpost. The goalpost wasn't really anything special, but in this, there might be a tactic to actually kicking into the goalpost. Interesting. And then someone asked, like, if you run into the goalpost, will you, like, collide and fall over and shit? And he said, you won't fall over, but you'll bump off it. So, again, that's pretty cool. Just another one of those little details, realism factors. So if you, I don't know, you're running for the goalpost and full speed and you bump into it. I don't know how far you're going to bump off it, but you could use the goalpost as a bit of a, maybe getting out of your own goal. You could use a bit of a shepherd running around the goalpost. But yeah, it's just a few little details from Keith. Thought I'd make this video, you know. I like doing these sort of news type updates for you guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. There wasn't as much as last time, but a few details that I think are pretty neat. And just, man, overall I just can't wait to play this game. It's going to be amazing, but hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next video.